Ashley here, right there. She has created a monster.
What are you talking about?
This Jeep you got here.
Oh.
She's got me turned on to Jeeps, and I don't know if you've all noticed, but I've got a slightly addictive personality. Went 110% into motorcycles and have just completely consumed my life with it. Absolutely love it. Love traveling by motorcycles. But now she's got me into these Jeeps.
What's not to love about a Jeep, though?
I mean, golly, and I just can't stop customizing it just like I do my motorcycles. So if y'all are just catching up with us after, you know, the holidays, I had to get some stuff done to my Jeep.
Had to.
Had to. Well, I did have to because we're taking a really cool trip this summer. Where are we gonna take the Jeep this summer?
To Alaska.
That's right. We're gonna go to Alaska. We're gonna camp out in the Jeep, just in nature, across Alaska. I've always wanted to do Alaska. I was gonna do it on my motorcycle, but can I be frank with y'all? I'm getting older. I'm feeling older.
Don't look it though.
No, I don't. And that one. See, you know, sleeping on the ground next to my bike was really cool. I did it for, you know, multiple trips across America, coast to coast. But now I want some more comfort. So I'm kind of digging this Jeep Overland scene, and I'm having some fun with it. And I think that's the way we're gonna do Alaska. Ashley likes the idea of heat and air. I like the idea of not having to pay for hotel rooms. And you know, just more comfort. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do Alaska. We're gonna do it in the Jeeps. I'm gonna bring the beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Look at her. God, baby, you're gorgeous. Miss Ashley with us. Okay.
Super excited about Alaska.
I'm excited about Alaska too. So with that said, I had to get some things done to my Jeep because I want it to be ready. I found a very cool company who's built some really cool SEMA Jeeps and stuff, and they happen to be right in Paris, Texas.
Yeah, who would thunk it?
Who would thunk it? Maximum Elevation. We're headed there right now to pick up my Jeep, and I'm more than excited to see it myself and share it with y'all. Look at that Jeep. Ooh, they got some good looking Jeeps out here. See that rooftop tent on there, baby?
That looks good.
Living in style. Look at this thing. All kinds of vehicles here. I figured if you're gonna be building a Jeep to tackle Alaska, you better have it built by somebody who knows what they're doing. Look at these things they're building. Look at that bad boy. That thing's huge.
They do it right. Oh, look at this.
Which one?
They do it right.
Oh man, that one is cool. Look at that thing.
I like those wheels a lot.
They are deep dish. Yeah. My God. That's a pretty capable Jeep. So here's the deal. I got to do a practice run before we get to Alaska, you know, just to check out the equipment and make sure everything's running good.
Yeah.
And I'm dead set on riding Mexico on my motorcycle this winter. So I'm going to take the Jeep. I'm going to put the motorcycles behind it. I'm going to tow it to California, drop the motorcycles, ride through Mexico, 1,000 miles down to the tip, 1,000 miles back. Then I'm going to leave the bikes, get on my Jeep. I'm going to ride Jones Valley. I'm gonna probably come back and do Sedonia, a couple little Jeep trips, and I'm gonna do it all with my buddy Scott. I hope y'all saw the Jeep he just bought.
Scott's awesome. Look how tiny my Jeep looks compared to these.
Well, baby, it's a Rubicon.
She looks so small.
It's a Rubicon.
That's it, I have to get wheels and tires.
Wheels and tires coming.
Look at that. That was way better.
Little custom Jeep emblems, all made out of metal. Powder coated to match the rims. They did a good job there too, huh? Oh, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Coming off a minute of frustration.
A minute of frustration. Tell me about it.
Computer.
Yeah?
Super chips just showed up.
Oh,
And
nice.
since you use yours off-road, the connectors for the PCM were caked full of mud.
Oh, man.
So now I'm fighting getting the mud out.
I'm sorry, Colin. Yo, this is Colin. He is the man here. If you want to get a Jeep built like any one of these amazing Jeeps, this is who you call, where do they call you?
Maximum Elevation Off-Road, Paris, Texas, 903-905-4925 or meoffroad.com.
Maximum Elevation.
Me Off-Road?
Me Off-Road. I'd love to go on a trip with you someday.
Absolutely. We're going to have many trips.
Look what he did to my grill, baby.
I know, I see that.
Look at that.
Good.
That does look good. It reminds me of the old Trans Am. You know, they always had the inlay gold like that when I was a kid.
No, man, it's, I had the...
That does look good. Look at that. All right, Colin, walk us through what you did to my Gladiator.
Start with performance upgrades first.
All right.
We started with Evo Manufacturing, their truss and gusset kit. What it does is it ties in to the C's here and really strengthens those up on the top portion and the bottom portion. These things are, especially running 39s, 40s, are really known to be weak down through here. Mel at Evo has figured that out, and what he did is he came up with the C-gussets that help strengthen that up. And then the truss kit that goes all the way across to the other side. While we're going through here, we upgraded you with an ARB front diff cover, and internals that you can't see are nitro gears, ring and pinion set, 513s. Help pull these big tires along and get your power back to where it needs to be.
And that's really a big thing for me because I am going to be doing a lot of towing. I'm really hoping these new gears are going to make it pull completely different than what it did before.
It absolutely does.
Good.
And it brings that power ratio back. Jeep did a phenomenal job putting an 8-speed transmission in these anyways. It's extremely functional, so when you match it with the right gear, the 3.6 liter really is impressive for what these vehicles were built to do. So I think when you hook a trailer up, get all your gear on, it's going to be right where you want it to be.
Awesome, man.
On the front here, next thing as far as performance, you know, lighting even falls in the performance category. We installed a set of these Baja Sport lights. These are amber, and I went ahead and tied these into your factory fog lights. That way you can run them with your LED headlights at the same time. You know, a fog light was really, in the beginning, designed to be amber color. You know, it shines through the fog better, and it's going to give you that true fog light that you want. In addition, your Rigid Industries lights are tied into your auxiliary switches like we discussed. You know, you go into the back here, we matched you up another ARB diff cover.
Oh yeah.
And 513 gears in the rear axle also. Bigger tires. You really need to cap that off with some kind of calibrator, or in your case, we're going to do the Super Chip Flash Pack Programmer. So not only are you getting more power and more torque out of the 513 gears, but we're also going to get you extra 30 horsepower out of the Super Chip Flash Pack Programmer. And that's what we're working on right now. We're letting it run through its phase of tuning. It's about 90% on file 1. You know, anytime we do these on the Flash Pack, you got to do a PCM swap. Jeep has made it really difficult for us to be able to get in with any kind of tuners, but Super Chips has figured out how to go around that, so we swapped your PCM with one of their unlocked PCMs, and right now we're reading your factory tune file to it, so we're going to tune this to performance, which is going to mean you're going to have to run 93 octane now, but you're getting extra 30 horsepower. It's going to accommodate what you're trying to do with towing, carrying all your extra gear. It's going to allow us to calibrate for the tire size, allow us to calibrate for the gears, in addition to some other cool functions and features that this offers. You know, turning seatbelt dingers off.
Oh, nice.
Not dropping your fog lights out with high beams, being able to run fog lights with high beams.
Those airbags were a big factor too when it came to towing, correct?
It was. So you told me, hey, I'm pulling a trailer, sometimes I'm pulling motorcycles, sometimes I'm pulling gear. Well, anytime you try to combine an off-road vehicle that has a lot of suspension flex and articulation and soft springs, sacrificing towing capability. The way to fix that is adding a set of the airlift airbags that go inside the coil springs, so you still get full suspension articulation because it's not fixed on the top or the bottom. What it does is it acts like a pillow that airs up and keeps your spring from compressing. So now when you hook a trailer up, you still have that load capability. So you get to have your cake and eat it too. You know, you get the performance of that Evo manufacturing suspension, and you get to tow with it at the same time. As we circle back around here too, trail rated badge that has some of that red pinstriping and piping. We went ahead and matte blacked that out for you to match your Rubicon stickers there. Another Jeep badge on the side to match. And then as we come around the back here, we did the same thing on your Jeep badge. We matte blacked that out.
Looks
so
good.
Now, you know, as far as the trim and the details, you don't have any more of that red that bothered you.
Man.
You know, and on the last go around, we did your dash.
That's
right. We
right.
got rid of that red dash.
And I'm
matched it to the wheels also.
And I'm here to tell y'all that red dash was absolutely the worst part about this entire Jeep.
Something that's hard to see, you'll be able to see it at night. Rigid Industries rock lights. Light all the underside up at night. We got that tied into your auxiliary switches.
Okay.
And then moving on to the back here, you said, hey, I want a rooftop tent. I said, all right, I know where one's at. If you have the Mopar installed bed cover or the backflip bed cover and you want to retain the bed cover, then the best way to go is the DZ Universal bed rail crossbars. And as you can see here, we're able to underlay them underneath the tonneau cover bed rails, and it works.
Works
Although
perfect.
you can't flip it down, at least now you can put your gear and everything back here.
Heck yeah,
and
man.
still keep it dry.
Love it. Absolutely love it. And I love the fact that it keeps it kind of down below the roof line so it won't affect my gas mileage because we're doing some long miles ahead of us, man.
Absolutely.
So that's
Aerodynamics.
It's important. I cannot wait to see how this thing drives. All in all, here's what I learned about the upgrade. Is it worth it? I've got, in the horsepower mode, the premium mode, I was getting only about a mile to the gallon better, but noticed a huge difference in the torque and drivability. Now, I don't know how much of that was the tune and how much of that was the gears, so I did switch it into the economy mode. This is a mode that's supposed to get me the best fuel mileage. With the gears that we had in here, it still pulled great, it still drove great. Combined city and highway and economy mode, I was getting about 15.5, so that's about 3 miles to the gallon, a little over 3 miles to the gallon of improvement. And on the interstate alone, if I kept the speed under 70 miles an hour, I was able to do 18 to almost 18.5 miles to the gallon. That is a huge increase, and it will not take long at all for these upgrades to pay for themselves. All in all, drivability, performance, fuel economy, this upgrade we did definitely is gonna change the way this Jeep drives and have me ready for not only Alaska, but the Western Tour, Sedona, Moab, Jones Valley that we're gonna be doing here coming up in a couple weeks. If you haven't yet, please click that subscribe button down below and follow our journeys doing some overlanding across America.